Welcome again to Rethink Healthcare. Can you give me a drum roll? I'm Wendy Ball, and this is...
Mr. Montenegro.
Oh, Mr. Montenegro again. So serious again.
Yes.
Okay, so we got somebody that wanted us to do an awesome show today. So what are we talking about today?
Advice.
Advice. Can you give me some advice?
Bring an umbrella when it's raining.
Okay, that's a good idea. Mine's don't eat yellow snow. Okay, but I think...
Well, wait. Sometimes we have international viewers. They're not going to understand the yellow snow.
Oh, they don't have snow there? Or they don't have yellow snow there?
There is, number one, there is no snow, right?
Okay.
Viewers in the Philippines, they've never seen snow.
So you'll have to come...
Yellow snow means somebody urinated on the snow. Leave it at that.
I'm so glad that you had to explain that to our viewers, but now you're
What if we had somebody, viewer from like Tanzania? Well, there's snow in the top of Kilimanjaro. There's snow.
Okay, well, I'll have to go there someday.
Beautiful place.
Yeah. Okay, so advice. We're talking about advice in nursing for nurses, nursing students.
Yeah, I think the comment mainly came from advice to enter nursing. I mean, you say like nursing as a good career for them. So, was it a good career for you?
I think it's an awesome career. I originally went to school, I wanted to be a pediatrician.
Okay.
That's what I started, I was gonna do that, and I just love nursing because it is so flexible. You can work in so many different areas. So if you get a little bored sometimes, you can move on to a different area, and it's so many different times of day you can work. You can work part-time, per diem. So I just thought it was really good.
It's also a 24-hour shift.
I know there's 24-hour shifts. You can work anytime.
You can work anytime. Yeah, literally, if you're a night out, work a night shift.
Yeah. If you want to work just on weekends and get paid for 40 hours, sometimes there's some of those sweet gigs.
Yeah. So if you're looking to go into nursing, yes, there's plenty of flexibility. However, I mean, from the advice side, right? I really think you gotta enjoy taking care of people.
Yes.
I think that's number one. I've seen people go in for the money. They don't last.
My first day of class, I always ask my students, what brought you here to nursing school? And I hear a lot of like, I want a better career, I want to make money, I hear all that. But I also hear because I want to care for other people. And I think if you don't have that, if you don't want to care for others, then probably nursing.
I think that should be primary.
Should be number one.
Yeah. I mean, really, the altruistic nature of wanting to help somebody should really be high on that list. Not the high starting salary, because it is also high stress.
So if I asked you, can you go get me something, and you're like, get it yourself, maybe you're not a person that should be a nurse, because you're going to have patients asking you for things.
Yeah, that's true.
If you don't have that kind of like service.
Patience is a big thing in nursing. I mean, you really have to be patient, because a good, successful nurse, you got to be able to listen well. I mean, that's when you're trying to figure out what's going on with the patient. I mean, it's outside of assessment, the listening part becomes a big deal.
How about some advice for nursing students, maybe?
How to survive nursing school?
How to survive nursing school, what would be?
Ooh, that's a tough one, because there's so much going through your mind all at the same time. I mean, you're acquiring new knowledge, not just through didactics, but also through clinicals. I mean, it's I remember nursing school was a stressful time for us, and it wasn't. The studying part was hard. You're learning a new thing. The clinicals were intimidating. Your professors could be intimidating.
Oh, yes. Man, some of them I was scared of, But I would say for my students, for study-wise, I would say my advice would definitely be do not cram, because you can't. You may be a procrastinator. You might work well with that, but when you have 3, 4, 5 classes, you're not going to be able to do it. Do not cram. Read your notes after every class.
I think from that point, from a student perspective, is the memorization part doesn't really work well. I mean, there's certain things you're going to have to memorize.
Yes.
Just for example, I mean, what's a normal potassium value? I mean, those things you just need to know, right? But at the core of it, you have to have an understanding of the human body.
So if you can explain it to me in your own words, you understand it.
So for example, right, if you could say, okay, why does somebody with congestive heart failure, why are they short of breath? But it's a heart issue. So
and you're like, I don't know, just they are.
Yeah, but
or
it's the heart. Why is it the lung? Exactly. So
backing up.
So from an advice perspective, again, if you need to be good at a certain subject, be good at physiology. That's the understanding of the human body, because you're dealing with a human body.
And when we went to nursing school, believe it or not, we didn't really have cell phones. Even like a computer wasn't, like you went to computer labs.
Yeah.
Nowadays, everybody has access to immediate, use of being able to look up something to understand it.
Yeah. That's a very good point, because the method of learning has truly changed. Basically, everybody's walking with a supercomputer in your pocket that you can access information like that. Like for us, we had to really know more. Like we had to bring books as a reference. But now we don't need that. It's in your pocket. You're using it. It's what's filling us now.
Yeah.
So it certainly has changed. But I don't know, what else from nursing school that you think would be good?
I would say like advice, just taking care of your own health. If you can't take care of yourself, how are you going to take care of patients? So getting good sleep.
Yes.
I always say, who gets more than 8 hours of sleep a day? And hardly any. You do? Do you
about
get more?
About 8 hours. I try to make it a point. Certain time I go to
hydrating well, eating well.
Oh yeah, lots of beer and that. No, I'm just kidding.
I will say real quick to my female nursing students,
why are you being sexist?
One thing, well, because I don't think the guys do this. One thing of advice for you students is just wear your uniform, get the lashes off, don't be wearing the tight scrubs, just follow that, okay? Because you're a professional now, okay?
Yes, that's why I'm Mr. Montenegro.
Yes. All the guys always look good, so.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, except for the ones that come in and I say, you look like your scrubs were just in a ball and they're all wrinkled and like, I don't know.
I'm kind of wrinkled.
Yeah, you are
right
kind of.
Well, I'm also wrinkling too, but that's just.
It happens.
That's why I can give advice, because I'm wrinkling now.
Yes.
Experience from that.
Wisdom from the ages.
And do I look wizened to you?
You look wisdom to me.
Or a wizard.
Yes. Okay, so how are we rethinking this?
I think, that's a good point, right? The rethink part, right? And I can tell this back to a prior episode, is the more experience you could put yourself into, there's no substitute to that. Volunteer. If you have an opportunity to get a job as, let's say, a nurse's aide, if you're somebody looking into nursing school, I would try and do something in the hospital system first, something in healthcare, and kind of assimilate and think through, is this something that I could see myself doing even at a stressful time?
And I would say, don't be afraid to ask questions. If you don't know something, don't ever hesitate to say, I'm not sure, I need some help. Have that good mentor, right?
Yes. You know what though? One thing I just thought of for the younger generation, the Gen Zers, I guess, and I don't know what's after a Gen Z, but I'm not up into that, right?
Gen Z. There is something after.
There is? Gen
Alpha.
Okay. Sounds like a Greek sorority to me.
Yes, the Alpha sorority. Okay, for Gen Z and Alpha out here when you're watching this.
Their mode of communication is different.
Yes.
So you need to get out of that mode of communication we're in. It's more online and digital and electronic. Nursing is not that.
You have to be able to talk.
Nursing is very hands-on, human-to-human connection. So I would just keep that in mind, because it's a different generation that most likely watching is asking, is nursing part good for me?
Well, we'll have to do some advice again in the future, but this wraps up our episode on advice. Give me a 5.
Bye.